let's move back to the strategy aspect of the show, so at least we get some of that in here tonight.
Hey, I presented a build.
Yeah, that's true. We've the strategy for the new era and the strategy from the old era, and for this one, I'm going to bring up Lore's Puppets build. This was the second place North Carolina build that I faced off against in the finals, and I thought it was rather intriguing because it was easy to underestimate at first glance. So, the 90-point build for this guy is 44-point tactical cube, Lore, the fleet captain with the Klingon fleet captain, Vulcan high command giving 2 more crew slots, a blade of hull armor, Borg missile, and then Croesus, Veril, Kos, Goval, Linalis, and Nyota Uhura. 6 crew shoved into a cube.
I don't think you can sort of say, and then at the end like that, as if you're just going to say one thing and then list 6.
They're all crew. They don't matter, right? But yes, this is the bread and butter, whereas the Weyoun and Veril build can maybe fit 1 or 2 more crew on there, like Kos for protection or Linalis for additional action economy. Lore just does it all at once. And it brings me to a kind of topic that I wanted to touch on, which is how much defense or how much of anything do you really need? Weyoun can give you 1 defense per turn for every turn forever. But do you care about forever when your game is only going to last 8 rounds?
Yes.
A little bit, but with something like this, it's trading in some of that the action economy you use up on Weyoun in re-enabling to keep his guys active all the time. It has like 2 or 3 throwaway crew that save you that action. So in the middle of battle, in the heat of battle, you can just keep doing what you're doing without having to worry about your self maintenance to keep all your guys around. And that's why it was the most dangerous build I could think of to face in the finals. Yes?
I guess. I don't know, man.
I went over it a little bit in the final video, so I will not touch on it too much here. If you want to check that out, it's on youtube.com/delta_angelfire. Is there an underscore in my YouTube channel? I don't remember. Probably not. But the North Carolina finals there, I talk about, the action economy and how close it is because I need to steal cost, but he can steal my cost back, and then I need to stop him before he can get off Veril and Croesus again because he gets 3 free discards and all that jazz. But yeah, I mean, this has the same answers I do, but has a slightly better action economy for a couple turns.
I guess. Hey, look, it's something to think about for Rochester if you're playing at Rochester tomorrow, and if you're not, you're never going to be able to use this build ever again.
Yes, because this strategy is something that gets thrown out by the 50-point build. Trading off actions for one-time use cards. And since you cannot fit that many things on a ship again, that is going to make me very sad and is going to make my Weyoun build nigh invulnerable as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do, I mean, if I've got Kos and Dispersion Field, there's no way you can disrupt me. There's no way we're going to see Chang with the flagship restriction being what it is.
Oh, Chang. I wanted to like you so much. He won me a side event.
Yeah, he's never going to work, Will. Stop trying to make Chang happen, Will.
Hey, he won a side event, man. That's credit. He's got credit.
Yeah,
now.
But next week when I have the capability to do high quality sounds, I'm literally going to put an edit of Mean Girls in with Chang instead of Fetch.
So, Dan, David, Tucker won't be joining us next week. So how do you guys feel? I'm
but
just
I like
kidding.
him. He keeps me smiling. Okay, mute him. Mute him now.
Well, we just need you to turn into that Around the Horn ESPN show where you're the guy with the mute buttons and the point scoring. We're all panelists that contribute things.
Speaking as a nerd, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it's a fun.
Talking
fun
about,
game.
I'd always lose.
Yeah. Anyway, I find the build interesting, and it's good until you go up against infinite attack cancellation.
Mm-hmm. It has some of the same benefits of, infinite attack cancellation on a small scale. And by that point, you've probably won, which is why the build wins. Made it all the way to second place. But,
Right.
yeah, if you come across something that can just start taking away your resources,
I think something like this in scenario play is useful. There's a lot that would work in terms of knowing that you only have a limited number of rounds, being able to stop 3-4 attacks, and then having the durability to survive 4 or 5 attacks.
Can I be frank with you, David?
Yeah. I thought you were Tucker, but sure.
Cute. Unless I'm doing like a scenario play tournament, scenarios are for fun. I would never bring this to a scenario thing with a friend.
Sorry, when I said scenario, I meant a tournament scenario that was written, not the missions that you get.
I'm with you now. Gotcha.
Oh, before I forget the other thing I liked about this build was, since you are not limited to Weiyun, while still getting some of the benefits of a Weiyun build, you get the benefits of lore, which is to chuck people out the window.
Yeah.
And that's
awesome.
fun. I have no crew left. Cost, you're going in the next torpedo tube. Or, Uhura, I don't need to change my maneuver, so you are now going to become an attack die.
Yeah, nice.
We're gonna pack you into the phase reactors and help you power our photon torpedoes. Which is another thing, because in the hypothetical scenarios we ended up going over after the match, on Facebook and stuff. One of the things that came across my mind was, all right, he hits me with an attack that forced me to discard barrel somehow because I missed my one action on that one round.
Sure.
This means I need to steal his barrel, and I can still win. The thing is, if he shoots, he can't. I do not shoot at him, so he can't discard his barrel. But if he shoots at me, he can chuck barrel out the torpedo tube just as easily as anything else, because in theory he won't need her anymore. And I think that would have been the high-level play
really
of the
clutch.
day.
Wow.
Hmm?
That's really clutch. Wow. I hadn't even considered that.
That would have been. I was thinking about this, like, man, if that actually happened in a game, I would just have to bow my hat and say, good sir, that was the ballsiest play I have ever seen.
Yeah, wow. Discard barrel. Discard? Wow.
So your opponent wouldn't be able to Croesus her.
I love it.
This is what I wish for our game. I love our game.
Yeah, it's too bad the barrel is now almost prohibitively expensive. Except on a sideboard.
Or a science vessel.
Sorry?
Or a science vessel.
Yeah, I guess. But you know what by the way, the thing I did with the sideboard that I think you'll like,
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to say? I'm sorry. Right. What I did was I figured, so my build is, let's say Diamond Tactron, Sphere, Tactron, Missile. Well, if I go Sphere, Tactron, Missile, generic Sphere, I can actually do this instead. I can go Sphere, Tactron, Sphere, Reinforcement Sideboard, Tactron, Missile, to Paul, and feedback pulse. Because my spheres don't have tech slots. Okay, well, I can afford a tech slot via, whatchamacallit?
T'Pol.
T'Pol, yeah. That's exactly 20 points on the sideboard.
What am I missing? Oh, the Borg missile.
Yeah.
1,
89.
2, 3, 4 turns of survival.
Well, I mean,
And only one of those will actually give you a power token.
Yeah, and I mean, really, the feedback pulse and the T'Pol, I'd never actually run that. It's just to prove a point of how stupid these restrictions are. But honestly, you know, I've been considering going sphere, putting the Borg missile on the sphere with the track drone turn 1 in case for some reason I have to use it. Then turn 2, just get the other one. You know, no reason not to, and I'm good to go.
That's cool. Nice. But yeah. So this has been Lore's Puppets and a couple other relations to the new format. Does anyone have any eulogies for the dreadnoughts they will never get to build now? I feel like it's an appropriate time.
Transphasic torpedoes, we hardly knew ye.
Oh gosh.
Actually, more like Enterprise E, we hardly knew ye.
Yeah,
Because
That's correct.
Super Voyager had its few months, several months. Enterprise E's come out, and that's a ship, once you throw dorsal phaser array on it, you're already, for the generic, you're already sitting at 36. By the time you put a captain on it, you're 40 and above. So you've got room for 1-2 crew. And to me, that's not the Federation style. If anything, I think this ruling hurts the Federation.
Not even the officer cards will fit on there then.
No.
You know, and the other funny thing is, of course, the Scimitar, we didn't even know you. We still don't know you, and you're probably dead in the water. Good luck, you know? Because as Sean Keenan pointed out on the Attackman community, the only aggressively costed Romulan upgrades are like advanced cloaking, interface generator, maybe tactical officer.
Because the ship's got to be at least 40 points. If it brings out that radiation beam, that's going to be a huge weapon for like at least 7 or 8 points.
Maybe 10.
This is just poorly thought through, all around. Poorly thought through.
At least speaking of 10-point weapons, I will never have to see a double transphasic Voyager again.
Sideboard.
Oh.
Stop blowing holes in his theories.
He sounded so happy. I couldn't let him have it.
It could exist. It never will be played.
That's correct. It will never be played. That's correct.
I have seen some good Voyager sideboards, though.
This is so stupid.
I fought a good one.
Stupid.
I remember fighting a decent one back in Tholian Web, but that was the last time. Dan, anything you're gonna miss? Preemptively miss?
I personally, not really, because for the most part, I play all the ships I can play just because I don't get to play very many ships, or very many tournaments. So I just toss ships on the board. I don't even really pay attention. That's why I listen to you, so I get smarter.
You like to think so, but I think you just put us on so you can fall asleep.
Never.
Actually, this is a true story. I don't think I've ever told you guys this. You know what I do is I actually I don't listen to these. I mean, why would I did? Well, I want to hear, you know, what everybody else had to say, and you know, this, that, and the other, see how I sounded. I actually don't do it unless I have something really long and boring to drive to.
Wow.
Like, that's actually how I got to Colorado. I actually was almost falling asleep in the car. Like I actually almost ran my car out of gas. Like the fuel needle was below the empty spot, and I actually what was I going to say? I actually was listening to State of the Federation to stay awake.
Yay!
And about 2 or 3 of them got me to Colorado.
Nice. Because we're a bunch of nerds, and nerd talk keeps us awake.
I'm not a nerd.
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 Okay, I'm a nerd.
or maybe we're geeks. I don't know. I've never really been clear on that one.
Oh, hold on. I have a Defiant bedspread. I have Eagle Moss models in my bedroom. I have Star Trek plates on the wall of my bedroom, and the Star Trek, or not Star Trek, the Starfleet symbol on my shower, as my shower curtain. No, I'm not a geek. And Defiance on the license plate of my car.
Okay, I still don't know the difference. Anyway, all I know is that I have exactly 1 Star Trek model set up. It's a Deep Space Nine. It's pretty cool.
I've got a Borg cube. None of you guys can see it.
No,
but
you've
it's
got
gigantic.
2 Borg
You got
cubes,
2,
you ass.
bum. What are you going to do? Use them as end tables?
Book
Maybe.
Book? Yeah.
Dude, this thing is
Bookends
big enough.
might
I
be
could
cool.
wear it as a
Yeah,
hat, man. This thing is bigger than my head.
Really?
That's big.
You have a small head.
Well, we're kind of wrapping up here. I got to give a shout out to the guys that do the Gaming on Rura Penthe podcast. I was listening to them a while back, and they were talking about listening to State of the Federation, and I'm enjoying listening to them. They're good guys.
Huh. Maybe we should. Maybe I should tune in. Do they give me blind boosters if I listen to their show?
No.
I think theirs are all
Strictly
pre-recorded.
inferior.
Oh, you're using me for my free toys.
Well,
We are the Borg. The Borg are amazing. Look at how cute my little jingle is.
just gonna whistle a little bit and not pay attention. That's none of my business. All right, guys. Any news since last Tuesday? Anything interesting? We've already gone over the rules change, which was the biggest change since last week.
I mentioned it briefly, but Terry met her fundraising goal for Extra Life. You should still go give her money. Extra Life is a really great cause. It's to make children happy in hospitals, which is amazing. But because she hit that, she's going to be releasing a preview video for Tactical Cube 001 and possibly the Assimilated Gaylord by the end of the week, because she said the end of the month, and the month ends in a week.
Man, I want to know who her contact was to get all this stuff early. I want to look up.
Terry has 5,000 YouTube subscribers. Like,
I have 4,500 Attack Wing fans.
oh really? Yeah,
Yeah.
you do on your Facebook, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to me after the show.
Okay.
You're getting there.
Yay.
I'm still at 200. But
Well,
apparently,
I count for 1,000 because I love you like family.
aww.
Aw.
I will say though that the actual podcast on Feedburner actually has like 70 or 80 subscribers or something like that. So that's pretty nice.
Woo! Double digits.
Not that I don't appreciate the 10 or 12 people that we have every night. I love you guys. You're all the best.
Yeah. Though I've noticed it seems like there are a lot of serious players who listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
So it may just be that we're a little bit more niche than some of the others.
Yeah, you guys are hardcore. You make me feel dumb.
We're the big nerds.
Okay, that is not the intent. The intent is not to make anyone feel dumb. The intent is to, look, we do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to. Look at it that way.
I like that.
Let me rephrase. Star Trek Attack Wing dumb. I mean, not like I'm like. Durr.
No. I mean, in other words, like, you know, if you're listening and you're like, wow, these guys know the game better than I ever will, I'm like, that's manifestly false. Like, I was such an idiot when I started playing this game, Star Trek Attack Wing wise. Did I ever tell you guys what I took from my first OP?
No.
Oh God, it was an Excelsior Equinox list with a flagship Equinox designed to fly past the opponent and shoot quantumums out the back of the ships.
Not a terrible strategy.
Especially because here's the best part. Here's the best part. At every game I played, sure, I ended up behind the opponents at range 1.
Cloaked, or not cloaked, regular antimatter mines, man.
Right. And then this was Dominion War OP6. So we're playing in that narrow little lane anyway.
Ugh.
This was just, there was nothing about this that wasn't, oh my God, it was dumb.
I have you beat, though. My first OP was Dominion War OP1. I took this. I just had the starter set, and we all got the Creightons, the Ferengi ships, before the tournament started because there were only 2 of us. And so I had the Enterprise D with Riker, not Picard, Riker.
Oh.
The Romulan ship with Toreth, and the Ferengi with Damon, whatever the named captain is. And it was such a terrible mission. I was cringing. I didn't know what I was doing, and it was like,
hey,
if it makes you feel any better, that Excelsior Equinox build, it was Clark Terrell on the Excelsior.
Wow. What?
Interesting.
I was really bad at this game.
I'll ditch Sulu and use Terrell. That's the plan.
Yeah. So I think the moral of both Tucker's and my story there is you get better.
Yeah.
And it's practice, and it's building, and it's listening to people that know what they're talking about, and
hopefully we people who think we know what we're talking about make it, just clear enough, because I try not to go into, all the arcane language and jargon and stuff like that, but I'm sure that sometimes people get lost listening to us, and I feel bad because that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to keep it as simple as possible so everyone understands what's going on.
Well, let's put it this way. While you guys are saying names, I'm using Stardock to look up the people.
Okay.
Or Space Dock.
Okay. Yeah, just please don't, if you don't know, what I said about the build that I put together, please don't look it up. I'm embarrassed enough as is.
Well, I use mostly Federation, so when you start saying some of the other guys, I'm like, okay. Because like I said, I can scratch the surface what their intention is when they design it. But when you talk about putting 4 and 5 layers, that's when I'm like, okay, hold the phone here, slow down. What's my phone saying?
Yeah. Well, it's I mean, that's the thing, is that look at the. Hey, you know what we should do, Will? We should do a segment on list building sometime.
I would love to do such a thing.
Huh?
I would love to do such a thing. I think the last time we did something like that was my just my 3-hour hangout where I just kind of sat here and I just started building lists at random and people asked questions.
I was part of that. I chimed in on a couple of things. That was my first real interaction with you, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do a build clinic. We can talk about, how we approach builds, that sort of thing. It'd be fun. Cool. Are we over time?
We are just about over time, so I think it's about time to wrap it up. I just didn't want to cut you off in the middle of your wonderful stories, or.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
And if it makes you feel better, my very first build in an OP event was a 4 Miranda class build. Because I wanted to see if they would work, if a swarm would work in this game.
To be fair, 4 Mirandas carrying very good Fed captains is a very strong arena build.
Pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. Dan, if you'd like to plug a little bit of your Trek talking, I would love to have you guys do that.
So, those of you who haven't heard of Trek Talking, we do a broadcast on Blog Talk Radio on Thursday evening, 6:30 Eastern, and you can find us at Facebook /Attack Wing. We are the Attack Wing site, not like Attack Wing anything else. And we're not official WizKids, so don't take it as that. But yeah, please join, and you can get all kinds of information. And we have these three people right here show up once pretty often and laugh at us too. So please join us.
Always good for a little bit extra Klingon opera too.
Yeah, I apologize for my co-host. He loves the Klingons a little more than I would like to admit.
I like the Klingon drinking song every once in a while. It's the battle music that takes like a minute that's a little much, more than like once an episode.
Yeah, I don't know if we noticed, but I deliberately did not bring us in at the beginning of the... Like, it actually takes like a good 30 seconds for that song to get going. It's a lot better if you started at, the beginning.
Tucker, anything you want to say before we close out for the night?
Again, my apologies to Brad for getting his name wrong. Also, yeah, on that last podcast, every time I said Chicago, pretend I said Colorado. I've been doing that nonstop. Yeah, let me think. Seriously, go donate to Terry's fundraiser. Like,
good causes.
It's a great cause. It's a great cause. Sick kids play games. Come on, let's not let to like. I got a new car today. That's awesome. Yeah, that should be it.
Cool. David, any closing remarks?
Keep being a good sport, and remember to have fun.
Yeah.
Fly casual. No, wait, we don't do that here. We like to win.
We do like to win. We also like to have fun, and if you can do both at the same time, more power to you.
Yep. So, guys, no episode next Tuesday. This is our makeup episode for that because I will be hosting our first Resistance is Futile event at my venue. Our next episode will be Tuesday, November 4th, I believe it is.
Yes.
Sounds right. And no idea what we're doing with that yet, but it's probably going to be, again... What were we saying? Wait, Rochester results?
Hold up. Tuesday, November 4th. Isn't that election night?
Is it?
First Tuesday in November?
Yes.
Yes. Go vote, then come listen to us.
Go vote, then come listen to us. Vote Spock for president. Maybe
this
not.
is a midterm election, Will.
Damn it.
Or Captain Kirk. Either way, we're not going to tell you how to vote. Just go vote.
Indeed. And then come listen to us because we'll have everything you need, including the finals from Rochester and all other kinds of cool stuff. Probably Tactical Cube 001. And, yeah. So, guys, thanks once again for watching. Hope you guys learned something useful today. And, well, I hope we didn't rant too much about the new format to scare anyone off.
We will go back.
We won't go back!
Go back. Please, God.
Please go back.
Please.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. And remember, may Q be generous with your dice.